Lights are coming down. I believe this is going to be our first bout featuring an opponent from Next Generation out of California.
I think you're correct.
Is that correct?
I think you are correct. There's one fighter actually representing Dave Strasser, which is Brian Rocktree, but I think John Hinger does represent Next Generation, Team Next Generation.
Two fights, two knockouts. Gentlemen.
Already underway. Extreme Wars. It looks like it's going to be a good beginning of an evening. The guys from Orange County here today. I mean, Chris Brennan and his boys from Next Generation Fight Club. Unbelievable. I mean, got a reputation already.
Yeah, Chris Brennan is a well-renowned grappler. His boys have always been, they do a lot of submission grappling tournaments in the West Coast. So their submission skills are normally, you know, their opponents expect that from them.
And of course tonight, Hawaii's top team, local boys from Hawaii taking on the boys from the mainland.
We see Johnny Gunn, Sampiao coming out.
I believe they were calling this the Fighting for the Love of the Land.
Guys coming in actually from Brazil, moved over here, settled in, ran a school on the east side for a while. Trained up in Hilo. He's actually the jiu-jitsu coach and a fighter out of a Hilo group. When he flies on here in Honolulu, he's fighting out of representing HFC and presenting freestyle and Novinho. But John's a real intense fighter, strong, very good grappler, very aggressive fighter. So this is going to be interesting. Chris Brennan's team, hard to say because we got a lot of newcomers on his team.
All right, mixed martial arts fight fans. The prelims are over. This is all about the pride. Introducing in the Extreme Wars ring on my left, representing the red corner. 5 feet 9 inches tall, 159 pounds. He's handled by the Strasser Freestyle Academy. He fights and trains out of Kenosha, Wisconsin. He is a Grappler's Quest champion and a West Side Submission champion. He is 3 wins, no losses in MMA. Welcome to the ring, Josh Hinger. And his opponent in the blue corner, 5 feet 8 inches tall, a deadly 154 pounds. He appeared at Rumble on the Rock 2 and 3 and was a 2-time winner. He is a submission specialist and a distinguished member of Hawaii's top team. Welcome to the ring, Johnny Gunn.
Johnny Gunn, local boy, obvious crowd favorite here. The first match of the night, featuring a Hawaii boy taking on an opponent from California.
Yeah, Johnny has two fights, 2 wins. First one coming in about 30 seconds, second one just under 2 minutes. So look for submissions, look for good ground control. Great, well-composed game.
So our first bout, our local boys taking on the boys from the mainland, Orange County, up against Hawaii.
You're right, Chris. Looks like Johnny's trying to take him down to the ground right off the bat.
Yeah, and actually, John's looking for the clinch. That's why he stands straight up, looking to hopefully block a couple punches, going for the clinch. Looks like Johnny's a bit more comfortable striking. And Hinger's fighting to get down here.
He's looking to go down. Johnny looks really relaxed.
Very relaxed, very well composed. I think he's been working a lot on his striking the past few years, so he's feeling a lot more comfortable. Oh, nice. Nice straight right hand. knocking his guillotine. He's under the chin. I would say now he's got a 10-finger guillotine. Looks pretty tight. He's got to get some ropes.
Looks as though he's got it.
A lot of times with these guillotine chokes or 10-finger guillotines, it's very hard to get out, especially because a lot of the MMA gloves don't allow your hands to slip in between the hands. It looks like actually John's pretty okay. He's got a little bit to the side, got his chin kind of almost in there. First takedown. John's still working the guillotines. Obviously, he's got something just a traditional guillotine here.
He's got his
right on the side of the neck, right on the side of a lot of pain. He's squeezing up. Now he's sinking a little bit more. But again, I think they're still working for a good grip to try and finalize a guillotine, which is often difficult. Fighters have to be careful too when applying any submission, because a lot of times you can actually use all your energy trying to finish off the guy.
Exactly.
And people don't really experience that until in a situation you think they're just kind of holding on, but he's actually squeezing hard to try and see if he can take this fight out easy and quick.
It's like an isometric exercise. You just stand there and you're squeezing, and then realize you're using up a lot of energy.
And a lot of times when you attempt submissions, you're not thinking about your breathing either. So a lot of times you're holding your breath to just put a lot more force into it. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. It looks like Johnny is comfortable. Hinger just went for what's called the anaconda choke. It's kind of a popular choke by Rodrigo Minotauro Nogueira in Pride. Johnny Smarty slipped to the side, slipped out of it.
Nice display of strength there by Johnny.
Let's get to a better position. Looks like John Hinger is not too comfortable in his takedowns. Definitely comfortable on the ground, but he's going against another ground specialist in Johnny Gunn. Again, just in this little exchange, both fighters have a lot of energy, so it's kind of common to see them take a little bit, a few seconds, take a couple breaths, recharge their battery.
It's always amazing to watch Johnny Gunn. I mean, just his composure in a bad situation.
That was the end of the bout. Ref has to step in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our first round.
The referee didn't hear the bell.
Yeah.
Perhaps he was looking for a knockout like we were. We had 2 knockouts in the first 2 rounds in the first 2 matches. But that was indeed the bell, and then the first round.
Again, and this is let's look at some replays before we go on here. Johnny Gunn's trying to secure his 10-finger guillotine. Again, the guillotine with the arm inside, so the 10-finger guillotine. He's trying to secure it, lock it in here. And a lot of times, a lot of people tap from here. If you can get under there, you can put some torsion on their neck, bend their neck forward, and sometimes you can get a neck crank and a choke on top of that. See, John looking pretty comfortable. Not too worried about it.
Josh Hinger, he was in that for a while.
Some of the guillotine chokes and any kind of chokes in general, they're sneaky in that you can feel okay, but the longer you're in it, it's slowly cutting out blood, and then when it's either pop out, you feel a little lightheaded, or sometimes you can kind of just slip into it.
And like you said earlier, it's either going to be the...
It's a solid right there for Johnny Gunn to the throat of Josh Hinger.
Again, like we talked about earlier, about a good solid shot. Most veterans, they'll immediately try to shoot off there to give time to recover, possibly catch the guy overextending, running up to try and finish up. Now we're getting ready for round 2. And it looked like Johnny controlled round number 1. That's on my scorecard.
Josh Hinger getting the crowd excited here.
So you think now Josh...
His corner definitely said, in the corner, his corner definitely had to tell him that, hey, you know what, you lost this first one, you got to come strong here, you got to take it back, you got to even this up.
There you go.
Getting more aggressive.
A little bit more movement.
Back into the guillotine choke. That looks actually pretty tight.
Pretty deep.
quickly knows go to the knee to the ground, because generally grounded opponents can't knee to the head. Standing opponents like Johnny's doing here, knee into the head. Once you're going to trap them there, not very much things you can do.
And he's back in. So you see good action in the second round. Josh.
Yeah, both fights are coming at it. Johnny's an aggressive guy by nature. Yeah. John Hinger, he knows he got to take back this round. He can't be down 2 rounds. But the problem with that a lot of times is when you push the fight, it takes a lot out of you too, man. A couple failed takedown attempts.
Josh Hinger definitely came up fired up at the beginning of the second round.
It's a low blow.
A lot of times in those tight clinches with the knees, they're trying to slip it up and get it right in the ribcage, right in the breadbasket. And because of that angle, you know, hipping in to try and minimize the attack area, a lot of fighters get caught in the groin there. It's slowing down the action a little bit. Fighters catching their breath. These punches don't really hurt. They're more like a nutrition thing. More irritant, and they actually, you know, they kind of chip away at the log there. So as the fight goes on, the longer that, you know, it takes a little bit of condition out of him.
Johnny Gunn looking for a little assistance out of the referee at a low blow while he's tied up in the corner there. No sympathy from the ref.
A lot of times what that will do is that will draw attention to the referee. So hoping the next one the referee will pay a little more attention to it. Nice exchange here. Oh, nice slip in the knee there. Nice.
Slugging it out.
About 10 seconds left.
You gotta love a stand-up fight in MMA. A knee right to the chin.
Nice overhand left there.
Johnny Gunn showing his intensity.
Trying to finish strong here.
I think both are kind of shocked from earlier blows.
We're winding down here in round 2.
There it goes.
Round 2.
Unbelievable second
2
round.
rounds in the book.
Unbelievable.
Chris, who do you have to give that round to?
I gotta give it to Johnny. Johnny had the better strikes. At the end, John actually was landing 3 good blows, but didn't look to rock. Johnny didn't hurt Johnny at all. Johnny controlled the bout as far as in the clinch. John Hinger just still looking to take the fight to the ground, where his specialty obviously is. Let's take a look at the replay here. Nice.
That was a straight
left. Right there.
Twice.
There you go. That was a nice one right across the jaw there.
So Johnny pretty accurate on his punches.
That's right at the end of the break. Right at the end of the round here.
It's got to be frustrating, Josh, because you know he's thinking that he wants to take it down. He wants to go down to the mat.
Johnny Gunn looks very relaxed.
Yeah, one of the worst feelings you can feel as a grappler is that you just can't take this guy to the ground. Where, you know, let's take a look at a couple more exchanges here. Nice attempt at spinning back fist. But surprisingly, it's actually very effective in MMA when it lands.
And this is
nice head kick.
And like we talked about earlier, you know Johnny's experience in the ring, because as soon as he got the kick in, he went straight for Josh.
This is our 3rd and final round.
Nice front kick there.
Kick.
Oh. That was a nice flipping knee there too. You tell me, John Hinger's strategy basically is to throw a couple punches, try and get Johnny to get a good aggressive throw with some super hands, and then duck under and go for a shot. Another
to the groin.
Right to the groin there.
I mean, with it, even with your cup, I mean, you feel it in the abdomen. That goes all the way up.
Absolutely. That cup has a way of reaching out and touching you.
It's not 100%. I got a chance to interview and hang out with the guys from Chris Brennan's boys this past week. Almost as though they're not, you know, they're here for a fight, you know, but the attitude they have is just like they're on vacation, you know.
Yeah, did you get a chance to get in the ring with them?
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not.
Okay, let's take a look at that low blow again. Here. So we can see that knee coming up. Camera's a little high, but let's see if we can see it. Oh, that's clearly a low blow.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I think they may get close in this section. A lot of times they give fighters about 5 minutes to recover. Johnny feels good. That kind of thing does two things. One, it kind of takes some wind out of you just because of the blow. And two is it kind of pisses you off, and you want to come back to the guy, and you end up using a lot more energy because you want to get this guy back for doing that. So.
Now, according to our scorecard, Johnny Gunn took those first 2 rounds. What does Josh Hinger need to do here in the 3rd round if he expects to pull out a win?
Yeah, he definitely has to work some magic here. He's got to take the fight to the ground. Doesn't look like he's going to take top. What he's looking for is he's taking top position. He's looking to take the top position, and he's not going to accept the bottom, which is smart in MMA fights. Currently, I don't think that he has a striking ability to possibly take. I mean, of course, everybody has a puncher's chance, but I'd almost say that because it's the 3rd round, he's got to make something happen. And maybe it'd be a smart idea to just pull guard on him to see if he can slip an armbar, slip in something. Because he has to make something happen here. So we can fight, again, another low blow there, right up the middle.
Now, you think by the 3rd time, it's got to be Josh has to know.
Absolutely. And he's going to slip it in. I mean, the fighter's going to find some way to win. He's going to slip it in as long as, as much as he can if the referee actually warns him not to. These guys are short. Yeah, these guys are, instead of bringing up high, they're trying to attack and they're trying to knee the thighs. A good knee to the meat of the thigh, or the muscle on the thigh, kind of tightens up the legs.
Just cut you out.
It makes it feel heavy. Your legs start stopping, working a little bit, slowing down. Shots are slow. Getting up is slow. If it goes to the ground, your guard, your legs are real heavy.
So far, Johnny pretty smart. Taking the first 2 rounds according to us and keeping it up.
Nice kick in midsection.
Solid one. This is it. This is the end of the round. Here we go.
Guys are going to slip in some punches again. You see that Josh is slipping to the side there. That kind of limits Johnny's attempts to knee him. And he's coming around with a little bit more torque on his knees when he comes around. Just kind of a nice technique.
We'll see if it's last.
Last in a row. Looks like Johnny controlled the bout from beginning to end. Josh definitely landed with some great blows in there. Not enough to hurt Johnny though.
Our first round down. Local boy from Hawaii taking on the Chris Brennan's next generation team. So I feel.
Here we go. Here's Johnny's nice low. Right about the belt, little bit belt line, which is legal. Johnny come right over the top. The punch. Again, these guys, it's the 3rd round. These guys are tired. So there's some juice on the punch, not as much as they'd like to have it. But if Johnny's standing in there looking to just plant one. Because Johnny's looking, of course, he says he's got to do something, make something happen, so change things up by throwing some strikes there. Waiting for a judge's decision here.
We go to center ring.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after careful tabulation, the judges have reached their decision, and it is unanimous. The winner, Johnny Gunn.
Our first fighter from Hawaii's top team. All agree.
Definitely no surprise there. Again, Hawaii team up 1.
And that's what it is tonight. It's the fighting for the love of the land. Talked about earlier, the Chris Brennan's boys came to town, and almost their attitude like they're on vacation. I mean, of course they're here to fight. I was pretty surprised as how relaxed they were. And the week prior to that, got a chance to hang out. Talked to a lot of the Hawaii fighters on the top team, and they're very, very intense into this. They're taking this extreme war, fighting for the land pretty serious.